Hey guys, my name is Patricia and this is a very quick full body stretch that you can incorporate your morning routine to hopefully leave you limber and ready for your day. All you will need is 15 minutes of your time and a little bit of space on the floor with mats. And we're going to make it more like a flowy routine, so we're not going to spend too much time in those positions. If you're ready to wake up your body, let's get it moving. So we're going to start sitting down on the mat and let's roll those shoulders back and down. Now drop your head to one side and you can take that one hand, place it on the side of your head to apply some gentle pressure here. And then we're going to drive that chin towards the armpit and place the hand behind your head. Let's do it the same on the other side. Making sure those shoulders are staying nice and down to feel that stretch. Now down and to the side. And come back to center. Now place your hand on the side and we're going to reach with that opposite arm up and over and reach with those fingers to the side. Give yourself some nice side stretch. Come back to center and let's do the same on the other side, up and over. Let's come back to the center. This time come onto your knees and I will ask you to externally rotate your hands, then place them down. So my fingers are facing my knees. I'm going to show you from this side. And we're going to walk with those hands further forward, one hand at a time. As far as you can, go to the point when you still can plant full palm down on the floor and then walk back. And then go again to the front. Stretching those fingers and warming up those wrists in that extension. And then place them as we usually do, so facing forward. And we're going to walk. Hands under shoulders, we're going to lower down to the mat. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to lift that chest off the floor. Bring those shoulders down and back. Extending that spine. And then bring it down again. Inhale. Go again. Up. Chest nice and open. If you feel like you can go all the way up, but make sure you're not moving just from your lower back. So if you feel like your upper back is stiff, come lower. Then lower down to the mat and place your one arm to the side. Roll that shoulder down and back. And we're going to twist to that side, taking that opposite leg behind you and stretch your chest. Breathe deeply here. And then come back to center. Do the same on the other side. Make sure the shoulder is not staying forward, but bring it back to the spine and then twist. Breathe deeply. Come back to center. Hands down on the floor. This time we're going to push that floor and sit back on your heels in that child pose position. Bring your knees wide and reach with your hands forward. Allow your head to rest and breathe deeply. Stretching the side of your torso. We're just going to walk with your hands to one side to give that extra stretch to the opposite side. Breathe deeply again. And then walk with your hands to the other side, stretching your lats. Keep that chest down to the floor. Come back to center. Excellent. We're going to warm up the entire spine with that cat-cow movement, arching that back. So let's keep your hands under shoulders, knees under your hips. We're going to tuck that elbow under, round that spine, creating some space, separating those shoulder blades. Chin to your chest. Belt your spine, and then as you inhale, go to the other side, push those hips back, chest open, shoulders back. Make sure not sink into your shoulders, bring them nice and back. And then exhale to cat. And inhale, reverse. You can go in your own tempo, don't rush. Make sure you're really stretching that back, creating some space. Time. Now take one hand off the floor and we're going to drive this hand through. And we're going to twist to the ceiling, rotating through your upper spine and lifting that hand up to the ceiling as you exhale. Then go again, inhale down and then reach up as far as you can. One more time, let's go. Try to twist through your upper spine, keep that lower back nice and low. And let's do the same on the other side. Take that one hand, drive it through. And as you exhale, nice and reach up. Follow with your eyes both ways. Just one more time. Inhale down. And then nice and open up. Okay, we're going to sit down, back on your heels again with arm extended. This time we're going to imagine like someone is pulling our back up to the ceiling. And we're going to keep that chin tucked to your chest as you shift your weight forward, rounding that spine. We're going to drop our hips down to the floor and then extend that spine, lifting our chin to us. And then to reverse that, we're going to drop that chin to your chest and then round that spine, sitting back on your heels. Make sure you're breathing through this movement. We're going again to the front. And as you're dropping your hips down, make sure you're squeezing your glutes and pulling those abs to support your lower back. I'm not sinking to my shoulders, so actively pressing that floor away. And then chin to your chest, and we're going back. Right, we're going to bring back on your fours. This time tuck your toes, we're going to lift those hips up to the ceiling. And we're going to bend one leg and drive the other heel down to the floor. And then we're going to switch, stretching your calves and then switch. Actively pressing that floor with your hands and switch. Now try to sink both heels down to the floor, extending that spine, lengthening, lifting those hips up to the ceiling, stretch that hamstring as well. And now we're going to shift weight forward, taking one foot with you and placing close to your hands. We sink into this deep lunge position. And if you feel like this is not comfortable for you, you could always place that knee down to the floor. If not, try to really extend that back leg, creating that beautiful line with your spine. And we're going to twist to that front leg, bring that one hand off the floor again, bring it up to the ceiling as you exhale. Now we're going to try to drive that elbow down to the floor. Don't worry if you're not yet here, you can place with your hand instead, and then we're going to reach again. Place this hand down to the floor. We're going to twist to that front leg again, this time keeping both hands down to the floor and allowing your feet to rotate and sinking that hip down to the floor. Chest nice and open. And we're going to come back, take that front leg back to that down dog position. Lift your hips up to the ceiling and we're going to twist that way forward and we're going to take the opposite leg to the front again, sink into that deep lunge position. A few seconds here to find yourself comfortable, and then we're going to twist that front leg, bring that hand off the floor. Exhale. We're aiming to keep those hips squared to the floor. Let's try to drive that elbow down to the floor and then reach again. Exhale. And then place both hands down to the floor. We're going to twist to that front leg, pivot on your feet and sink that hip down to the floor. Again, don't sink to your shoulders, actively pressing that floor. And we're going to come back. Let's push this leg back again, lengthening through that spine. And we're going to shift way forward this time, placing your outer shin down on the floor. Extending that back leg, and we are in this pigeon position. We're just going to hold that passive stretch so you can allow yourself to relax. If that's fine for you, come onto your forearms and rest on that front leg. And we're just going to breathe deeply here. So slow down your breathing, try to relax in that stretch. Sinking a little bit deeper with every breath. So a few more seconds for you here. Take this time. And now let's place those hands down to the floor. Lift yourself up, tuck your back toes. We're going to, again, lifting those hips up. Actively pressing that floor away, shoulders away from your ears. And we're going to do the same with the other side. Let's place that one leg down. We're aiming to keep those hips square here, lengthen that back leg, and we're going to allow yourself to relax and breathe. Few more seconds on this side. Alright, so let's place those hands down on the floor, lift yourself up, tuck your back toes, and we're going to this down dog position one last time, I promise. So really extend and lengthen and lift those hips up to the ceiling. Stretching your hamstring, pulling those shoulders away from your ears, trying to sink those heels down to the floor, and then we're going to drop those knees down, and you can sit on your bum this day. We're going to keep your feet hip-width apart, and we're going to place your hands behind you, either fingers facing forward or backwards, up to you. We're going to elevate those hips to this reverse tabletop position, so tuck your tailbone under, and as you exhale, lift it up. Thinking about opening that chest and rolling those shoulders back. Inhale down. Exhale to lift. And then let's do one more time. Inhale down. And then exhale. Sit back. Try to keep the spine nice and up. And we're going to drop our knees to one side. And we're going to this shin box position. So let's meet our foot with your knee. So as you drop into the other side, it should be the same. And you can keep your hands behind, or if you want to, you can lift them in front of you, engage that core, try to keep that spine nice and long, sinking that hip down to the floor, so allowing our torso to twist as well. And from here, if you feel like you're ready, you can place your hands behind you, and you're going to leave your hips off the floor and reach with your arm to stretch that side of your body, pushing those hips to the front. Then sit down, and we're going to do the same on the other side. Drop your knees, hand behind, leave those hips, pushing them to the front, and extend that arm behind you to stretch that side of your body. Drop it down. We're going to repeat one more time on each side. And let's do again on the other side. Keep that core engaged, shoulders down, nice flat back, and then reach. And then we're going to sit down. And we're going to roll down all the way to the mat, lying down on the floor. You can bring one knee to your chest, the other leg straight. And we're going to take that knee across your body, driving that knee down to the floor. We're going to twist with your spine. Make sure those shoulders stay nice and down on the floor. You can look the opposite direction and allow yourself to relax. Try to release any tension you have. Breathe deeply. Now come back to center. Bring that other knee to your chest, the other leg straight. And let's take that knee across your body. Drive it down, stretching through that lower back. And look the opposite direction, shoulders down on the floor. And breathe deeply. Couple more seconds and we are almost done. Now come back to center, hug your knees, and you can move from side to side, gently massaging through that back. And now we're going to rock back and forward. Bring yourself all the way up to the sitting position. And we're going to do 3 more. Last 2. And 1 more, all the way up to sitting. I hope you enjoyed our little routine. If you like that, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, subscribe and come back again. And I hope to see you another morning.